Coming off a crucial conference win against Michigan, the Indiana women's basketball team was looking to continue their run in the Big Ten last week at Wisconsin. Unfortunately, the Hoosiers suffered a demoralizing defeat, 81-51, dropping them to 9-7 in the Big Ten. But despite being sixth in the conference, IU only trails leader Ohio State by 3 games. And who was in Assembly Hall on Monday to take on the Hoosiers? You guessed it, the Buckeyes. Coach Jack and the Lady Hoosiers looking to come up with a key conference victory against the conference leader. Early in the first half, Jamie Brown receives the dish from Nikki Smith. Brown buries the three-pointer to put the Hoosiers up by 3. Smith had 4 assists. However, close to halftime now, Masilla Parker steps inside the line and knocks down this 2-point jumper for the Buckeyes to put them up by 2. Parker had 14. We go into halftime with the Buckeyes up by 1, 26-25. They would continue a hot streak as Chevelle Little takes the cross-court pass and knocks down a three-pointer to put them up by 9. Little had 7 on the evening. Whitney Thomas here, though, fights, grabs her own rebound, goes up strong, and the foul. She had 14 points and 9 rebounds on the evening, and the Hoosiers are making a comeback. Braun here, with the nice spin, puts up the floating jump shot, brings the Hoosiers within 1, and we would go into overtime, tied at 54, where Kim Roberson, with the nice 15-foot jumper, put the Hoosiers up 62-61, and they would hold on for a 69-61 victory. So a huge win for the Lady Hoosiers, toppling a ranked opponent and the conference leader. Just like their male counterparts, the team outscored the Buckeyes drastically at the free throw line, 21-6. Jamie Brown's 19 points was the high for IU, while Whitney Thomas and Kim Roberson each added 9 rebounds. Tamara Riley was the leader for Ohio State, going for 15 points and 16 rebounds. Indiana will be at Minnesota on Thursday before finishing the season at home against Penn State on March 2nd.
Last season, Bill Lynch proved he could handle the job of being head coach for the Hoosiers on the field, leading the team to its first bowl game since 1993. But now we'll see if he has what it takes to continue to improve Indiana as a program in the ever-important recruiting circuit. On the offensive side of the ball, the Hoosiers have 13 new players coming in. The group features 4 running backs, 4 wide receivers, 4 offensive linemen, and a quarterback. Not to mention a Nigerian prince. Tyler Adantona was slated to be the next king of his African tribe. He's getting them from everywhere now, and Bill Lynch definitely made an effort to get some more weapons for Kellen Luce and replace the huge void left by James Hardy at the wideout position. The class is headlined by Darius Willis from Indianapolis, the number 41 rated running back by Rivals.com. In his senior year, Willis rushed for 1,728 yards and 28 touchdowns, and he finished runner-up for Indiana Mr. Football.
On defense, the Hoosiers will be bringing in 6 players, 3 defensive tackles, a defensive lineman, and a linebacker. Nicholas Sliger from Cicero, Indiana is the standout defensive tackle in the group. He was awarded Indiana Mr. Football for the defensive lineman position. He is also rated the 56th best tackle nationally by ESPN.com and the 15th best prospect in the state of Indiana by Rivals. Spring training is only just getting underway in the pros, but the Indiana baseball team got their season started last weekend as they were down south taking on LSU in a 3-game series. Things looked grim as the Tigers took the first 2 games 7-1 and 5-4, but IU was able to avoid the 3-game sweep as they rallied to a 7-6 victory in the final game. Doug Fleenor and Kyle Legendecker both pitched well in the victory, with Legendecker picking up his first career win for the Hoosiers. Shortstop Evan Crawford led the offensive charge, going 3 for 4 and scoring 2 runs.
The IU men's tennis team was in Alabama last weekend taking on Troy. The Hoosiers swept the doubles matches, giving them 8 points in 8 doubles contests this season. That's pretty good, by the way. And even though as IU's first and second position players were defeated in the singles play, freshman Philip Ehlers and the rest of the team picked up the slack as Indiana won 5-2. The women's team did not fare as well against number 19 Wake Forest. After losing all 3 double matches, Indiana traded blows with the Demon Deacons in singles. Things were looking good as Elba Berdala, Charlotte Marlin, and Lindsay Stuckey rattled off 3 straight victories, but Wake Forest was able to roar back, winning the last 3 singles matches to snag a 4-3 victory.
Eric Gordon, DJ White, and James Hardy aren't the only Hoosier athletes who plan to take their games to the next level. Diver Christina Lucas is competing on an international scale and just recently traveled to China to compete in the Diving World Cup for the United States. Alexis Hozier caught up with Christina while she prepared for this event.
Indiana University's diver Christina Lucas redshirted her junior year to be on the USA World Cup diving team. She will represent the United States on the 3-meter springboard in Beijing, China in February.
Being selected to the World Cup diving team just meant a lot to me, and just having this opportunity is just a great sense of accomplishment.
I'm just really happy that Christina made the team, and basically that's how you get selected. But I'm just more excited to go with her, and we're kind of on a quest or a mission to get some things accomplished at this meet. So I'm excited to go as part of the U.S. staff and be working with Christina.
Head diving coach Dr. Jeff Huber was selected as one of the coaches for the USA diving team. He will accompany Christina and help her transition in Beijing a lot easier.
Having my coach coming with me is just makes it a lot more comfortable for me. He knows how I practice, he knows how I compete, he knows how to handle the situations, and we just have a great relationship with each other, so we can play off each other a lot.
Christina's training schedule has not altered drastically.
My training has been pretty consistent. We try to keep it that way. We look ahead and look at the schedule, and I try to adjust my training just a little bit so that I'm prepared for the meet, so I'll be getting the same number of dives a day and I won't get too tired.
The World Cup will be an Olympic qualifying event for Christina. She will be participating in the Olympic trials in Indianapolis this summer with hopes of representing the United States in Beijing for the Summer Olympics.
Just being for the World Cup team, this is just a great stepping stone for the Olympic trials. If I were to make the Olympic team, that would just be the most amazing accomplishment ever. It's been my goal since when I first started diving and I saw the Olympic divers on TV, so I'll just be extremely happy if I were to make it this year.
From the IU Aquatic Center, I'm Alexis Hozier, Hoosier Sports Night.
Coming up after the break, Katie Spencer sat with the Big Red basketball band at the Purdue game, getting an inside look at one of the staples of Assembly Hall.
Alexis Hozier appears to be everywhere, and she went out on campus to ask people about the Kelvin Sampson situation to see what your fellow students had to say. You're watching Hoosier Sports Night on IUS TV.